Basically, how we met is that Keith has a band. He had a band called the Hamilton Trading Company, and most of us were in it except for his brother and his brother's friend Craig. And basically we all met and started to become musical companions in that group. And he was a real mover and shaker in the scene. I think he's booked shows for almost everyone in the city at some point or another. So we were sort of brought together by him. But we also kind of knew each other in the scene before.
A lot of us who used to play together are all still playing in bands, and a lot of us are doing really well. And I guess, like, being a teenager in Scarborough, sort of, for a lot of us, I feel like playing music ended up being sort of the pathway to better things.
I just want to play music with people. I just miss it. And people started coming over, and I meant for us to play all sorts of songs, but we all just ended up playing my songs. And then we ended up getting shows somehow, and then we made an album, and we decided that we had to officially be a band. So it was sort of an accident. It just kind of grew, and we've just kind of been rolling with it ever since. I like to communicate messages of sort of compassion, sticking with things, sticking through things, not being afraid to say when you're having a hard time, but staying together, those sort of things. I think there are enough people singing about partying and falling in love and chasing after guys and stuff. They can sing about that. I'll just sing about the tough times and getting through them.
I come from less of a lyrical spot. I come from more of like an arranging instrumental music sort of background. And I really think that we're sort of synthesizing a lot of things, like using instruments like banjo and mandolin, but not really using them in any of their traditional forms, and trying to create new music with old instruments. And I think that's like a very, very interesting thing where it's almost there's no right way to play an instrument, or there's, you can disobey tradition and go against it and use them for your own purposes.
Well, the music industry here it's all within 15 minutes biking distance of meeting like a record label owner for coffee. It's all just right here. You can go to shows and meet people. The network is really, really strong. Well, we got our first show at Not My Dog in March 2011, and then I realized that we needed a band name. So I was brainstorming. I was thinking of things that provide support for each other, and then I just came up with Beams, and I was like, that works. That works. It rolls off the tongue easily. I think our biggest accomplishment is staying together for 4 years. Yeah. As a 7-piece. Yeah.
So it's like any relationship, and people grow and change and stuff like that. So the people that you have in your life for a long time, like I guess Keith, who plays vibraphone with Saw, like we lived together for years. I've known that guy since I've been 19 years old, and we've again the whole structural friend thing, and we've kept the relationship, and we've been in I don't even know how many bands together now. We've been in so many bands together.
We've done some really cool things, like toured to Halifax and played on TV a couple of times, and got to play on an island surrounded by fire before. And recorded in Chicago, right? We should mention that.
Yeah, one of my personal heroes, John McIntyre, has pretty much been my biggest musical inspiration since I've been 14 years old or so. So I guess that was pretty huge for me.
Yeah,
sort of feels like I'm actually running out of life goals.
I know
which
how
is
you
sort of,
feel.
which is sort of sad, but I don't know, maybe that's all right.
I think that our band is a great example of why music is social. I didn't even ask anyone to form a band. We just became a band because we played together and we liked playing together. We're working on a lot right now. So we just released the single that we did with John McIntyre, the 2 songs on the 7-inch vinyl, The Gutters in the Glass. We're going to be working on a 5-song EP quite soon in the spring, and I'm not sure when we're going to release that. We're also working on a video for our song The Way We Run, and probably going to start writing our next full length. So we're really starting to try and push out some more stuff.